Welcome back to Philly Fan Sports. I'm your host, Port City Ace, and man, that was a great game by the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Giants. We just beat the hell out of the Giants, and that's what the hell we do when we play the Giants. Good job by everyone.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
The final score was 48-22. So we just moved to 12-1 now, and the Giants fall to 7-5-1. So yeah, so great game by the offense, by the defense, by the special teams. I knew that this game was going to be a rough game for the Giants when on the first drive, we got 2 sacks on the first drive. I was like, yep, this is one of those games. I think, really, be honest with you, I really believe that we were trying to send Dallas a message because last week they just blew out the Colts the following week, you know what I'm saying, the previous week. So I think that we just wanted to show them, be like, all right, yeah, y'all think y'all can do something? Well, guess what? We're going to do something as well, right? And Dallas really was hoping that the Giants won, because if the Giants won, then it was hoping, quote unquote, that they can see us Christmas Eve and possibly beat us to try to take over that number 1 spot. But not today, homie. All right. But yeah, so great game, man, by the offense, by the defense, by the special teams, by everyone on the team. We did have some injuries coming out of this game. Sipos, our actual kicker, he got hurt on a kind of a bizarre play. He ended up kicking, trying to kick the ball off, punt the ball off. It got blocked. He picked it up, and he ended up getting tackled and kind of hurting himself on the sideline, which was kind of a weird play. And he did have it was a heads up play by him to try to pick it up and advance it. He almost actually got the first down, but he ended up getting hurt on that play. So it was kind of a weird play, but he got injured. Blankman got hurt as well, trying to make a tackle on Saquon, so he ended up getting hurt as well. He did not return. We ended up having Kavon Wallace play the rest of the game, and we also had Johnson, one of our, I want to say linebackers, I think, got hurt as well on this game. So yeah, so I just hate that we did have some injuries coming out of this one. I was hoping that we can get out of this one kind of scot-free, getting ready for Chicago for next week. But it did not happen, so I hate to, kind of bring that bad news onto you guys. But in other news, we had a hell of a game, like I said, once again, by everyone, offense, defense, and special teams. AJ Brown. AJ Brown is the first Eagles receiver to have 1,000 yards since 2014. So let's clap it up. Good job, Howie, for bringing him in. All right. Miles Sanders this is his first 1,000-yard rushing game, rushing season ever, period. And this is our first 1,000-yard rusher since 2014. So, hey, you guys are kicking ass, man. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. And to be honest with you, man, I think Miles actually had a little more into this game, because every time we play the Giants, I don't know if you guys really know, but he was Saquon's backup at Penn State. You know what I'm saying? So I think every time he sees the Giants, I think he has a little bit more extra little umph in it, just because we are playing Saquon and he was his backup. So I think he wanted to kind of prove something to him, just let him know, like, hey, I might have been your backup, but I am that dude as well, right? Also, great job by the team as a whole as well. Thank you, guys. Last week we had 11 penalties last week, and this week we only had 2. So another clap. Hey, we looking pretty good out here, man. Jalen Hurts with 10 rushing touchdowns. Miles Sanders with 10 rushing touchdowns, and also A.J. Brown with 10 receiving touchdowns this year. In the last 3 games, we had 123 points total in the last 3 games. So, man, the offense is doing numbers. We are looking good. We are priming. We are getting it together. We are just kind of getting it together for the playoffs. All right, so offense, so we ended up having 27 first downs. Jalen Hurts threw for 217 yards. We rushed for 253 yards total as a team. We have 437 total yards. We went 3 for 4 in the red zone. So we're like 75% in the red zone, like I said earlier. 2 penalties for 9 yards, 0 turnovers, which is the key. That is the key to victory, everybody. 0 turnovers. As long as we don't turn the ball over, give a team short field, do any of this crazy stuff as far as the offense goes. Of course, I know special teams, we ended up having kind of that little weird block punt situation with the kicker ended up picking the ball up. But as far as the offense goes, all right, we had 0 turnovers, so which is a great job, and we ended up possessing the ball for 32 minutes and 30 seconds. So we basically, if you want to say, yeah, we did win the actual time of possession battle, so which was a great thing. A.J. Brown had 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. Great job by AJ. Devontae Smith, man, I don't know if you guys saw that one on the sideline, but I really thought he was going to get killed on the sideline by the safety coming down. But he ended up catching that and getting a touchdown on that play. So 5 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. And both of our tight ends who are taking over for Dallas Goedert, Grant and Jack Stoll, both caught 4 passes together for 44 yards. So, man, we looked great on the offensive side of the ball today, man. I really like what I'm seeing. They really sent a lot of different blitzes at Jalen Hurts, and he picked him up. The offensive line as well. The offensive line picked him up pretty good. We had 1, maybe 2 that actually came through and really got Jalen. But overall, man, the offensive line played their asses off. The actual running backs, they picked up some blitzes. They were lead blocking on some plays for Jalen Hurts. So, man, everybody on this team really contributed to this team victory. So, Miles Sanders killed it. Miles had 17 carries for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big monster game. Monster game for Miles Sanders. I think this had to be his best game. I'm not even going to look it up. I know this had to be his best game. Jalen Hurts, 7 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. Boston Scott, 6 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. This was a great rushing game as a team that we had against the Giants. And, yeah, the Giants, they seen more blitzes than a little bit. But we did our thing. We ran when we needed to. The running backs, they did a really good job running in the creases, zone reads, stretches, powers, whatever we had to run. We ended up running and looking really good as a collective, as a team. All right. So now we get into the defensive side of the ball, right? Defense had 7 sacks today. Defense had 7 sacks today, man. Brandon Graham, the old guy, man. The old guy ended up with team high with 3 sacks, and he also had a sack fumble as well, right? Josh Sweat with a sack. Hassan Reddick with a sack. Milton Williams with a sack. Big Fletch with a sack. So we had 7 sacks as a team today. So we just basically kept the rotation going, kept everybody doing what they needed to do, getting them guys in, getting pressure up the middle, getting pressure off the edge. This was a great defensive team, even though we did give up, like I said, a few points earlier, but one of those touchdowns really kind of more or less came off of the special teams with that situation with Sipos, like I told you guys earlier, that gave the Giants a short field. So it really wasn't all on the defense, but as a unit, the defense, man, they played good. They stepped up. So what's next, right? Next week we have the Chicago Bears, the 3-10 Chicago Bears this week. They was actually on a bye. So we got to go see Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears next week at Soldier Field. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really good game for us again. The Bears currently right now, like I said, they're 3-10, but they're not as bad as their actual records say that they are. They are a really pretty. They're a decent team. I should say that. I'm not. Yeah, they're a decent team. Justin Fields literally is a really good quarterback, and I think that as far as running the ball, passing the ball, he still has a lot of work to do, right? But I think running the ball, he really needs to do a lot better in regards to learning how to pass the ball and be a pocket quarterback as well. To be honest with you, I think he's kind of more or less going through the same maturation process as Jalen Hurts, because initially when Jalen Hurts first came out, everyone said, oh, all he does is run. He didn't have the kind of weapons that we currently have now back then, right? So I think that's one of the things that Chicago's going to have to do going forward for Justin Fields is get him some weapons and just kind of help him out as well. But that's what we got next, guys. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I can sleep good tonight, and just knowing that we did take care of business the way that we needed to, and yeah, on the next week. So give us another round of applause, another team victory as well, and on to the next one. All right. So you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Please share. Please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And we're out. Peace.